wanna be good enough, good enough.
Welcome back to Look at Me Now, the Coach Heather Experience, your space for transformation, elevation, and joy. From your personal life to your professional world, I'll help you love yourself more, love others more, and fall in love with your life. Today, we are diving into a conversation that completely can shift the way that you see yourself and the way that you move through the world. Today, we're talking about embracing your worth, stepping into your dreams, and embracing the high value woman that you are. Because every dream that you have, every desire in your heart, every goal that lights you up begins with one simple truth. And that is that you are worthy of it. You are worthy of it, baby. You are worth it. Not because you earned it, not because you proved it, simply because you exist. You are enough. You are worthy. And today we're going deeper than surface level motivation into what it truly means to be a high value woman. And we're not just going to talk about the why, we're going to talk about how to embrace this. So, not from the social media version of glamorous and unattainable, but from a spiritual, emotional, and psychological perspective that's rooted in self-worth, confidence, and alignment. We're going to talk about the psychology of worthiness, the neuroscience of identity, and how to uncover your unique gifts, some actionable strategies and things that you can do right now today that make you magnetic to every dream that is meant for you. So grab your journal, maybe a cup of tea, or if you're driving, just listen in. You know, maybe you want a little sparkling water with lemon or a glass of wine. Let's dive in. So let's start here. You were born worthy. You don't earn it through hustle, approval, or productivity. You don't lose it because of a mistake. You don't lose it because somebody left you. You don't lose it because of heartbreak. Worth is not performance-based. It's your birthright. But somewhere along the way, we learned to question that truth. Maybe it came from parents who only praised us when we achieved. Maybe an old relationship where love was conditional. Or maybe a culture that told us to be smaller, quieter, thinner, prettier, and perfect. Here's what psychology tells us. Your brain is wired to create consistency with your identity. So it wants whatever you think about yourself to be true. So if deep down you believe I'm not enough, your brain will subconsciously seek out experiences that prove that story true, that try to prove you're not enough. You'll attract people who make you question your value. You'll overlook opportunities. You'll self-sabotage what you most want, not because you're broken, but because you're trying to stay consistent and in alignment with who you believe you are. So the moment that you shift that inner belief to, I am worthy, I am enough, I am valuable, everything around you starts to change. Everything starts to rearrange because now your brain is trying to prove a new identity true. So you'll start choosing better, you'll start speaking with confidence, moving with confidence, walking taller. You stop chasing and you start attracting. Worthiness is energetic. So it's magnetic. It's the frequency that opens the door to everything that you desire. That job, that business, that dream relationship, the house, the kids, whatever it is, it's what opens the door. So, first journal prompt to think about if you're driving, or write down if you're cozied up. Where in my life am I still trying to earn my worth instead of just believing it, instead of owning it? Where am I trying to earn my worth? Let that question sink into your heart, and then think about ways that you are already intrinsically worthy. So now let's talk about what it means to be a high value woman. Let's go ahead and redefine this phrase together. A high value woman isn't defined by her handbag, her looks, her number of followers, her, shoes. She's high value because she knows who she is, and she knows that she is enough, that she is worthy. She's kind, but she's not a people pleaser. She's confident, but she's not arrogant. She's nurturing, but she honors her own boundaries. She invests in her growth. She invests in her peace and in her pleasure because she knows that her energy is sacred. Your energy is sacred. Not everybody deserves to be in your presence. Being high value means you no longer chase what doesn't choose you. You no longer negotiate your peace, and you no longer abandon yourself to make other people comfortable. You become magnetic because you are whole. So let's talk about the neuroscience behind this. When you believe that you're valuable, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals that make you creative, confident, and decisive. The emotional stability changes. When you start feeling like you're worthy, your posture, your tone, and your energy change. People feel it before you even speak. She is valuable because you believe that you are. That's why it's not about faking confidence. It's about embodying worthiness. And we're going to talk about how to feel worthy and discover your worthiness today. So, one of the first journal prompts, next journal prompt. When do I feel most like my high value self? What am I doing? What am I wearing? And what am I saying in these moments? You'll notice it's always when you're being your most authentic self. Like for me, when I'm wearing, comfy clothes, even if it's like workout clothes, that's when I feel most high value. Not in a, corporate dress or anything, because that's who I am, right? Energetic, ready to move, on the go. So you'll find that when you're being your most authentic self is when you feel the most valuable. All right, now that we've talked about that your worth is intrinsic, that you are worthy just by being you, let's delve into discovering your unique gifts. So, because worthiness is who you are and gifts are how you express that worth, every one of us listening to this podcast right now came here with something special. A natural way of connecting, inspiring, leading, healing, or creating. So we're going into a roadmap so we can discover what your unique gifts, talents, skills are. So, number one, reflect on your joyful moments. When were you the happiest? When are you the most joyful? When do you feel most alive? That's a clue to your unique gifts. Number two, listen to compliments from others. What do people always thank you for? 3, revisit childhood passions. What lit you up before the world told you to be realistic or that you should do this or that? Next, notice what comes easy or natural to you. Sometimes the things that you don't even think, you just think everybody can do, like talking to people or cooking. No, you are special. That's a gift that you have. Not everyone can cook well. Not everyone can talk to people. Not everyone can, play video games or tinker with things the way that you do. Not everyone can, work a room or plan a party the way that you do. Not everyone can listen the way that you do. So you have special and unique gifts and talents that are just, specific to you. So think about, what are the things that you take for granted that come natural to you because those are part of your. Okay, next, explore and experiment. Follow your curiosity. It's the GPS of your soul. Try a new class. Try a new book. Try a new cuisine. Try some new skills and see what fits. See what lights you up. Science calls this the flow state. It's when your brain's inner critic quiets down and creativity, intuition, and confidence take over. When you're in flow, you're aligned with your purpose. So like, for example, for me, dancing is something that lights me up and just makes me feel so good. And I'm opening, a predominantly dance fitness studio. So think about, where your gifts lie. Here's another journal prompt. What gifts have I been hiding because I doubted my worthiness? What gifts have I been hiding? Remember, your gifts aren't random. They're your divine assignment. You have this unique set of gifts, talents, skills, and likes because you're meant to share those with the world. So before we move on to manifestation, I just want to talk about this for a minute. I spent a lot of my adult life believing I wasn't enough, believing I wasn't worthy, and trying to find ways to earn that worth and earn that sense of enoughness. So first, I had to really connect with my spirituality. For you, that could be your inner critic, it could be source, God, the universe, what you believe in, and understand that my worth was intrinsic, that I was just worthy because there was no one else in the whole world like me and I was worthy. And that you can accomplish that through affirmations, through positive self-talk. There's so many ways to accomplish that, but you start by connecting with your spirituality, but believing that you are worthy and just claiming it every single day. Next, I had to discover what my gifts, talents, unique things that I bring to the world are, right? Because I used to think that being talkative and, emotional and charismatic and energetic were weaknesses. Why can't I be quiet? Why do I have to be so extra? But then I realized, that's where my worthiness lies. That's where my gifts lie. So number one, I'm intrinsically worthy. Number two, I'm worthy because I have unique gifts and talents to share with the world. And so once I started feeling that, everything started to align. My relationships started to improve. My abundance started to find me. I started to enjoy my career, my job, my work. So you can have those same things. And it's where all your dreams come true. Now let's connect worthiness plus action equals manifestation. So manifestation isn't magic. It's energy meeting action. So when you believe that you're worthy, when you think that you are worthy, your brain's reticular activating system starts filtering through that world, through that belief. It starts filtering the world through that belief that you are now worthy. So for example, if you say, I am worthy of love, your brain will start noticing kindness. It'll start noticing when people are kind to you, when people act loving towards you. If you say, I'm worthy of success, you'll start spotting opportunities that once felt invisible. So worthiness is not just emotional, it's neurological. Now, add action to that belief and your world expands and all your dreams can come true. Because the universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to energy. So let's say these affirmations with me out loud right now if you're driving, or you can write them in your journal. I am worthy of every dream in my heart. I am worthy of every dream in my heart. I am magnetic to love and abundance. I am magnetic to love and abundance. I am safe to shine. I am safe to shine. I am valuable exactly as I am. I'm valuable right now today. Feel them in your body, in your mind. Let these words imprint on your soul. You are worthy right now. Not when you lose 10 pounds or 50. Not when you have a Louis Vuitton bag. Not when you get that job, get the guy, get the girl. You're worthy right now. So, how do we live this every single day? Number 1, morning mirror moments. Look into your own eyes and say, I love you. You are worthy. Create worthy rituals. Pour your morning coffee like it's a ceremony. Protect your energy. Say no with love and yes with intention. Celebrate every win. No matter how small it is, it counts. Surround yourself with mirrors, not actual mirrors, but people who reflect your value. Every time that you choose peace over chaos, alignment over approval, and joy over fear, you're rewiring your nervous system for worthiness. And that's how you transform self-love from a concept into a lifestyle. Practicing these is how you start believing that you're intrinsically worthy. So take a deep breath with me right now. Big inhale and exhale. You are not becoming worthy. You already are worthy. You were created in divine perfection, full of light, purpose, and potential. Your only job is to remember that. Remember your worth. Remember your power. Remember that your dreams were never too big. They were custom designed for you. When a woman remembers her worth, she becomes unstoppable. She becomes, quote, high value. And the world around her begins to glow. And if this episode touched you, tag someone who needs to hear it. Leave a review, share it with a friend. Tag me at Coach Heather Owens and let me know your favorite line or your favorite affirmation. Or I'm always open to new and different ways of looking at things, or some more ways to really, help women believe that they are already high value. And if you're in Georgia, don't forget about the Luminafit Glow Gala happening December 27th. We are setting the new year off right, and we're moving into 2026 with a celebration of women's empowerment. Champagne, music, movement, and magic. Tons of dancing, everything we just talked about. Worthiness, confidence, desire, and feminine radiance. Until next time, remember, you are worthy. You are luminous. You are loved. I cannot wait to see you glow. And remember, when you believe you're worthy and you accept all parts of yourself, the good and the not so good, or the ones that you consider to be not so good, and you really believe that you are worthy, that is when you start to feel high value, right? And then the world starts treating you like you feel about yourself. I love you. I am so proud of you, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Have a great week.
Could see that you're good enough. Try to believe